Try this 10-minute workout to improve your back pain and flexibility.
There are 3 exercises that you're gonna learn, and we're gonna sandwich them together with a pre-test and a post-test.
We're gonna do thoracic extension over the foam roller, Jefferson curls, and twisting bears.
And make sure you watch completely till the end, so that way you know how to go about doing these exercises properly.
Let's get started.
For the pre-test, you're gonna test extension in your spine. That's what we're focusing on for today. So Dr. Chloe here is gonna put her arm straight up in the air. She's gonna bend as far back as she can go, like she's doing the limbo. And when she gets to the end, she's gonna come back up. Obviously, she's very good at this. If I were to do the same thing, you'll see, not nearly as good. Arms are straight up. And if I bend, for the love of God, that's about as far as I'm getting. So you're gonna see now what you can do to change that. So for this first exercise, thoracic extension, you're gonna use a foam roller and place it underneath the thoracic spine just before the curve in your low back and your lumbar spine. You can interlace your fingers behind your head, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna allow yourself to arch over the roller, but make sure you keep this part of your body tight and don't allow yourself to arch too deeply just from your lumbar spine. Keep your low back fixed, and then come on up, and then you're gonna scoot yourself a little further, arch over, come on up. And then can you tell them what you're feeling right now, Dr. Chloe?
So I'm feeling my middle back being the thing that's arching over the roller. I feel a little bit of resistance. Feels like I kind of need to do this. You might even feel a little bit of like cracking too, or like you might hear a pop. That's totally fine and totally normal as long as it's not associated with pain. Each area will feel a little bit different as I go through this.
Exactly, so you're gonna work your way from the bottom of your thoracic spine all the way to the top of it, which is at the base of your neck. You're gonna go up and down 3 times, back and forth, up and down the spine, and you'll feel yourself fully loosen up. Make sure you keep focusing on bending over right where the foam roller is.
Jefferson curls are a great way to improve the flexibility throughout your entire spine, and we're focusing on flexion. So that means that we're trying to round each one of the segments of our spine. So John is gonna start first at his neck. He's gonna pull his chin in, and then he's gonna think about rounding from each one of his vertebrae. So I'm kind of like tracing this line down through his back, because what ends up happening is that we lose some of the rounding in this part of our lower back when we do need it, and then we have it too much in other times. So this is helping us to fully get the most out of the range of motion that we have in our spine. So he's slowly going down, rounding from each one of his vertebrae, and it's like he really almost has to think about kind of pulling up here as much as he can to round through this part of his lower back while still keeping his head relaxed. If you're particularly tight, you might also feel this through your hamstrings. That's totally normal. Or you might also feel like your head is starting to lift as you start going a little bit lower. If you feel this too much in your hamstrings, like that's the only thing you're really feeling, then just give yourself a slight bend in your knees, because then that will help you to be able to focus on this motion coming from your spine.
You're gonna perform about 10 repetitions of that for every single round, but you can also go a little bit based on feel, whatever feels best. If it's 10 reps or 15 reps, that's up to you. Let's take a look at the twisting bear. Dr. Chloe is gonna perform this one. So you're gonna start with your knees slightly hovering, just like she is, and then in one movement, you're going to twist and open yourself up, extend your hips, push through your shoulders. Same thing into the other direction. You can see she's really lifting up through her hips, pushing through her shoulder. You'll do about 10 reps of these on each side. And in the course of the 3 rounds that we do this, you'll start to feel like a real change in how this feels. This is the last movement on purpose because you're really putting together everything that you're benefiting from the first 2.
All right, so now that we did those 3 exercises, we are going to do a post-test.
Same idea, arms straight up in the air, extend as far back as you can go. You'll start to now feel improvement for certain. You can see that in a little bit that Dr. Chloe's done, she's already improved. You too will improve, you just need to stick with this every single day.
So to recap, you're going to start with the pre-test.
And then you're gonna do the following 3 movements for 3 rounds like a circuit.
You're going to do thoracic extension, Jefferson curls, and twisting bears.
Like I said, 3 rounds of that, and then post-test 1 more time with thoracic extension. The whole thing should take you just about 10 minutes. Make it a part of your daily routine for the next 10 days, and let us know how you're doing.
I'm Dr. Chloe Costigan.
And I'm Dr. John Giacalone, and we're from Mobility Doc.
and join us for our next 10-minute challenge.